Okay, so hello everybody. I'm sorry if this isn't the Endymion review yet because I know I haven't made the other two parts yet. Once I make the other two parts, I'll just start releasing it, and all that. And then Railgun Chapter 82 hasn't released yet today because even though I saw that it was going to be released today, so I mean, I don't know. Today can imply a lot of things when it comes to Railgun. Like today at 12 a.m., 12 p.m. I could have released tomorrow for all I know, but whatever. I just saw some info it was going to release today on not Ammo News Network. It was somewhere else that's pretty trustworthy with that information. But yeah, whatever. Because they decided not to release it today for some reason. I don't know. But today I'm going to be talking about a theory that I have about the Observer. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Observer was mentioned in volume 13, I think. No, I'm wrong. I think it's 13, I think. Where, the High Priest was saying that, the Observer is everywhere. He may be in your school or something. And Toma's like having a panic attack, thinking of any of his classmates that could be the Observer. Well, a lot of people kind of, shove that away, thinking, oh, can we just Kimichi everything the fans? No, I don't think it was that personally. I mean, what would be the point of highlighting it with one of Toma's students that he's with, as the Observer? But, I mean, yeah, so, I mean, a lot of people also say it's the strangely spiky-haired girl with the glasses, that Easter egg girl. I forget if anyone's heard of her, but yeah, here we are. Yes, kind of, I don't know. But I have a little bit of a cooler theory, but I don't think it's her. I think she was just sort of like there, I don't know. But yeah, so I think I have a pretty cool theory about that. So for those of you, most of you probably don't know this story, but I'm going to leave a link of it in the description. It was on the wiki of Index, and this is confirmed. It was in the Index PSP game. It was sort of like a hidden story that you could get. And I never really paid attention to the game story because I thought, oh, it's just, going over the Index 1 and 2 story arcs about that. But yeah, recently I figured out that was a hidden story. I'm like, oh, okay, what's this? And I kind of look it up on Wiki, kind of give me the rundown. And there was pretty interesting, and this is what I think who the Observer is. Apparently there was a gemstone and a magician. The gemstone was known as the white player, and the magician was known as the red player. And the white player he was from the past, but he had the power to go into the future. As with the red player, he had the ability he was in the future, but he could go into the past. So both were kind of different in ways, where white player kept going to the future and, looking to see what happens, and he changed some stuff to what happened. Well, the result of him doing this, and him being completely forgotten in the world, he was just sort of, not really trapped, I'd say, but just a bystander, just kind of wandering, and just watching everyone, pretty much, until one day he met the red player, who was mad at him for changing his past at some point to where, he was kind of, I think it's been going on for a while right now, it's, like years or something, until he finally says, like, I'm sick and tired of you and me fighting all the time, let's make an agreement that we can use both our powers for the greater good or something. Well, it hit the point to where both of them figured out how to, like, the white player figured out how to go into the past, I think. Or, I don't know, it was kind of, the description was kind of weird on it, but, yeah, so the white player disagreed with him, and the red player was all like, well, I'm gonna kill you. And, he made, like, this puppet form of Toma, I think, or puppet Misaka, to where it's like, yeah, and they fought and stuff, and he got, I think he got manipulated, I don't know, it was kind of weird, but then later on, Toma sees this happening or something, and the white player contacts him through telepathy or something, I don't know, it was kind of weird, but, yeah, Toma arrives later, and then, he beats the bad guy, he literally punches the red player back to his future, which I thought was kind of funny. And then, the white player told Toma, hey, you know, I hate being trapped in the future. I want to go back to my time. Can you please send me back? And by touching me with the right arm, he's like, sure. So he touches the white player, and he just kind of strangely fades away from existence. So why do I think this has anything to do with the Observer? Well, it's possible that maybe the white player is back, you know? I mean, it's possible that the red player came back from the future, the past. I feel like that makes more sense. But, yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty interesting, that story, because I really found it interesting to where it's like, oh, this is a pretty cool, you know, setup thing. But it's very possible that, you know, both of them could be the Observer. I don't know. I know it's kind of out there, and most of you probably doubting me or saying, oh no, that's kind of dumb or whatever, but personally I just thought that was pretty interesting and pretty cool way, because, you know, you don't know what Kimichi is thinking, you know? I mean, he could implement this story, the game and the story into this, you know, the canon, you know, next volume we could get something on the white player and the red player. Personally, I found it really, really interesting from what little it was. And I think the white player is referenced at some point in the novels, because you see, at the bottom you have a list of gemstones that were in the series. You know, you have, you know, the couple of newer ones we got recently, and then the Guha, and then the gemstone girl, and then you see the question mark and then white player. So it's possible that maybe the white player is the Observer? Maybe? I don't know. You know, leave your thoughts in the comments. I don't know. I'm just coming up with theories here, but I really found his story pretty interesting along with the red players, because it was sort of like an, kind of, I say Esper, but sort of like a power and a magician kind of colliding in a way. I really found that to be quite interesting. So, you know, I'll leave the link to the wiki so you can read up on that and see if you find it interesting or at all. Because at the bottom of it, you'll see some people talking about, oh, is this the Observer talking about? That kind of got me thinking about it. So yeah, that'd be pretty freaking awesome if he actually got those two put in the game, out of the novel, because I just thought it was crazy that, oh, there's a gemstone that can travel into the future. Oh, there's a magician that can travel into the past. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. That really made me excited, because it just made me love the series more because of that story for some reason. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was a pretty awesome story. That's pretty much all this video was, me just saying, oh, the white player may be the Observer, you know, or the red player, for whoever you want to know. But yeah, so leave your thoughts in the comments on that. Oh, sorry if this wasn't the video you were waiting for, but I just wanted to get that out there because I really did enjoy this story, and I really thought it was a pretty cool idea that, like, someone from the past came from the future, and he's gonna, you know, and he's also, there's some stuff on that too where it says that he was changing some people's futures or something to a brighter outcome, and that's kind of what led him to be sort of forgotten. Well, it kind of makes it, the way it says it kind of makes it feel like, oh, the reason why he's traveling in the future, people just forgot about them. Well, forgot about him, but no, it was him just keep going forward that people forgot about him. But yeah, it was kind of weird how it phrased that, because I made it sound like the reason why people were forgetting about him was the effects of him going in the future. Like, everyone already knew who he was. So, I don't know, it's kind of weird. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I really liked the story and all that. So yeah, I'll leave the link in the description. Do you think the Observer is just something Kimichi was doing personally? I like the idea of a guy just watching everyone. So, of this mysterious being. So, you know, do you think the Observer is just a guy that Kimichi's just trolling us with? Or do you think he's an actual real person that we may see, not really see, but know of, or maybe get some more info of, or hinted at later on in the series? So yeah, that's all I wanted to say about this. So I'll catch you when I do my next video this week. So catch you later.